Hello. Here we are once again, Sunday afternoon. What am I doing? As usual, I don't know. There we go. Hello. Hello. I love it. One viewer, one like. Thank you. Hello, Julie. I'm on Sleeve Island and I thought of you right away. I'm not going to knit on the sleeve because I'm decreasing and I don't want to have to count, but I am on Sleeve Island. Hello, Elizabeth and Lee and Chris. How is everybody? How's your weather? It's snowing here. You know what? I gotta turn my sound off. Hang on one sec. There we go. Hello. Hopefully I won't be laughing and coughing this time. I haven't been coughing hardly at all this week, so fingers crossed. It'll be warmer when the sleeves are done. Hello. I have been rewashing some of that Cormo. Remember that Cormo that I opened in December? Hello to Norway, not from Norway. You know I'm not in Norway, although it looks like Norway right now. So tell me how to pronounce your name. Edel? I'm guessing. Adel? Help me. Hello, Carrie, Mel, Chris. Look at everybody. Hi. Saga's here. Saga, are you here? Because I mentioned you in the last video. Sorry, that was not the last, the one before that. Oh. I know, Elizabeth, I don't know how you're doing it because honestly, COVID, even though we weren't very sick, Sunday, Crystal, even though we weren't very sick this last time, I was definitely more tired after, like for maybe 2 weeks after, so I don't know how you're doing it. I mean, I haven't had mono since 8th grade, but... Hello, Diane from San Francisco. Michelle, is anybody else not getting sound? I don't think it's me. Oh, that's so sweet. I don't think it's me, Michelle. It looks like... Yeah, Chris can hear. I got my mic out today, I remembered. John this morning was like, do you want to do this up in the living room, which is like 7 steps up, by the fireplace or whatever? And I'm like, it's so much stuff to move. You wouldn't think it, but there's like, it's all on this cart and it's like a lot of stuff. And I've gotten so good at getting like hooked up and remember everything and all that stuff. And I don't know. I guess when I move things, I'm a little worried that I might mess up. You know, forget to connect something or whatever. Hello, Michelle. What's everybody working on? Also, I wanted to ask, I thought it might be a good way to get discussion going too. I have to move this just a hair, I'm sorry. I wanted to ask, there we go. If you guys have like favorite things to watch and stream while you're weaving or knitting or spinning or any of those things, thank you. Thanks you guys. Ooh, Crystal spinning Rambo for Mittens. Hello, Amber, how are you? I know you were trying to make it. Carrie, are you applying the stuff from this recent box? I haven't even started yet. Oh, Kelly watches YouTube. Chris Watches Fiber Love Diary. All right. Hello, L. Watson. A beer. Oh, yep. Oh, good. That's good. Lee's eating popcorn. That sounds so good. Kelly said, old Doctor Who that I've already seen. I can't knit without looking, so I miss things otherwise. Yeah. I was trying to watch a Japanese movie while I was knitting something where I have to look at the decreases, and it's like, well, so a lot of you guys watch YouTube or a movie. Oh, okay. Terry's working on a moss stitched lapgan. What kind of yarn are you using? Saga. Oh, bushcraft videos. That's interesting. Guys, I'm getting ready to pull my, not pull, order my seeds. Hello, Erin. Elizabeth said if she has to concentrate, something she's seen a million times. Amber spinning Cormo. I have been spinning Cormo also. Audiobooks go well with fiber. Yes. And I'm listening to a podcast right now sometimes too. Hello, Deb. Diane meditates while spinning. I kind of do sometimes. I will say that. Sometimes I just get super into it. Chris said, what was there a Zoom I missed? There was a Zoom that Eileen and Chris set up for group members if you wanted to come and like introduce yourself and meet some of the other ones. I'm missing some stuff. I'm sorry. I'm missing a whole bunch, actually. Carrie's listening to Small Town Murder. Honestly, guys, I can't say that I recommend it because it's not for everyone. So don't go look it up unless you really like black humor and humor is your coping mechanism, and also you don't get grossed out easily. Okay, Rowena's laying in bed. It's very early there. What is it, like 6 a.m. there? 5 a.m.? Deb's looking at the Papillon shawl. Oh, I know somebody who made one that was gorgeous. Evie's working on her first spin. And yeah, baby sweater for first grandson. How exciting is that? Jerry's making thrummed mittens. My goodness. I rebinge. L. Watson said I rebinge all of my favorite long-running series. We've done that some together. John and I have. It's very fun. She said some I've watched 3 or 4 times. Love audiobooks and fibery YouTube podcasts. Sorry, Chris. Chris said, full disclosure, I will listen to the Jordan Peterson biblical series. I don't know what that is. Is that a podcast or like a book series? I'm sorry. Amber had a crappy month. I'm sorry to hear that. 3 a.m. Hello, Eileen's here. We actually talked via video chat. Is that what you call it? Video call? Julie said, I hear you. Oh shoot, I missed the Zoom news, not keeping up. Heather said, working on a sweater for our puppy. Oh, I would love to hear how that goes because our second oldest and his partner asked me to make their dog Ava a sweater, and I'm not sure what yarn to use. He said he would hand wash it, which I love. I made them hats a while ago and they hand wash those. It's sweet. Kimberly said, I'm teaching the vacation butterfly shawl at my local yarn store, making my second. It's the second version of Papillon. Carrie said, sometimes I'll watch a Miyazaki. That's probably slaughtered it, but I'm trying. Film. I don't know Miyazaki. What is that? Chris just listens to music. It is. 3 a.m. is dedication. Do you usually get up that early, Rowena, or is this special for this? Because that is like touching my heart. Either way. Interesting. Chris said it's on YouTube. I'm not familiar. Oh, Oh, is it one of those? Abir said, Carrie, did you see Howl's Moving Castle? Okay, so I do know what that is. I think I took my son to see that in the theater. Mel said I'm knitting the Paloma sweater and spinning for my night shift shawl. Is the yellow not done? Oh, it made my day too. You guys, I'll tell you what. Eileen is a great communicator because I can hear her mirroring back to me what she's hearing to verify it, and it's so helpful. And I'm used to that, and I love it. She's great. Miyazaki. Miyazaki. Got it. Elizabeth said, I listened to a book on tape. I am reading the sequel to Bird Box right now, and it's actually really good. Of course, it's like right in my neck of the woods. It's actually closer to Carrie's neck of the woods now. They're kind of in the middle of the state. Good morning, Melody. Working on the ranch coat. I don't know that one. Hey, Lee. Lee asked, when will you release info on the classes? I'm not 100% sure right now. I hope it'll be kind of soon. Plans have changed. It doesn't mean it's not happening, but, I thought I knew exactly how things were going to roll out, and now I don't know exactly how things are going to roll out. So as soon as I do have the first one ready to go and have it figured out, we will definitely talk about it here, and I'll put it in the beginning of each little video for a little while. Crystal said Troll has officially annihilated that pair of socks. Was he still wearing those? Melody, are you asking me how I'm feeling? I know you have a lot going on, Mel. My gosh. I just didn't know if you were still working on that. Thank you for what? Oh, you know what? Pretty well. Melody asked. I feel good. I can still tell just a little bit that I'm more tired than normal. But other than that, I'm not really coughing anymore. I'm not really stuffed up anymore. It's all good. Oh, you know what though? I think I just decreased when I wasn't supposed to. You know. Oh goodness. My phone just told me Fiber Love Diary is live. Oh yes, you're welcome. I'm sorry. I spaced out there. Chris said for keeping us up to date on future things. I just don't exactly know what it looks like right now. And I don't know. I wish I could say more. I don't even know how to explain what's all going on. So, we don't know, Tanya. Tanya asked, do we know what variant you had? I want to say Omicron's pretty likely because it was just everywhere right around Christmas time, and John got it from his mom on the 29th. So our best guess is Omicron, but we don't know for sure. Melody asked what I'm working on. It's a hooded cape that I've been working on for a solid year. Almost. Saga said taking up knitting the last couple months, currently working on a baby jumper and a pair of socks. Socks are addictive. No joke. Mel said I'm trying to savor this yellow since it is such a lovely fiber. Julie, thanks, Chris. Julie said, "Oh dear, does COVID?" I'm assuming you meant COVID, not Ovid, although Ovid, whatever, cause knitting mistakes. I think I haven't. No. Oh, that's fun, Chris. Chris is teaching his grandson to spin. Plus, if you can really get him spinning a lot, then you have another yarn supply for weaving. You know, the Oh, Melody said 2 variants of Omicron. We don't have any idea. Honestly, though, Tanya, Tanya said you'll have good immunity then for the future. But I mean, if we didn't have immunity for Omicron, what's not to say that whatever comes up next, our current immunity won't be good for? It's okay. We're fine. We weren't that sick. I mean, we were very lucky. Carrie, I don't even know. Is that what they're calling the next one? That's getting stressful. A beer said I just finished a sweater that's been in my stash for 4 years. That rocks. Thank you, Heather. Heather said your project's gorgeous. So is your sweater. What pattern is your sweater? It's the Humulus. I'll tell you, it grew a bit, and also I shrank a bit in that, so it's a little big for me, but I do like it. So comfy. Kimberly said we're testing over 700 samples a day at State Lab. I actually feel so bad for the state testing people because it's definitely taking longer here to get tests back, which is just an indication that they're just flooded because it was quick. And we took at home tests and John tested positive and I tested negative, but I was sick. So I think that's happening a lot with the at home tests. Oh, thank goodness, Carrie. I'm so glad. I don't want to have to listen to that on the news. Yeah, why didn't we see it, a beer? Okay, wait. I just saw that. I'm scrolling back a little bit. Amber asked Trish if I dye my cormo, is there anything special I should do since it's so fine after it's spun? You mean you're going to dye it after it's spun? That's what I would recommend, honestly. I would spin it and then dye it. And that's what I'm washing. Eileen asked, how is Perrindale to knit with? I have found a wide range of Perrindale, but I really like it if you like it, and I think you do, just based on the ones that you've liked before, like a little bit more of a crisp feeling to it, a little more body to it and everything. So I think you'll probably really like it based on the other things I've seen you knit, if that makes sense. Because I do kind of pay attention. Hello, Ellen. How are you? Deb said, same happened to me and my hub. He was positive. I was negative. But I mean, I was sick. I didn't get tested the first time. I just assumed I had it because John got a positive test back and I went down in flames right after. Okay, L. Watson said, thank you. They're weird ladders. They look like there's a stitch between them. So, like a ladder, a stitch and a ladder at the joint of each DPN. I think you just need to really pull it tight in between. And then you'll get less ladders. And I also think it takes practice. Margaret said, the Perrindale is lovely, doesn't bloom too much, so I managed to do a thin yarn. Oh, nice. Eileen said, okay, 55 here. Let's show Trish some love by hitting that like button. See, I don't even like asking for that. It's funny. Kimberly said, it's hit my testing personnel. One day I had 75% of my people out. I believe that. I'm exhausted. Was running around like a loon. I'm so sorry. Oh, yeah. Erin had it for the second time, too. I saw that. Yeah, Amber said, I'm spinning it first. She's talking about the Cormo. Thank you. Confirmed my instincts. Even washing it, I'm scared to felt it a little bit. So I'm keeping it. I'm like not touching it. And that's one of the reasons why it's hard to get everything out, because, the water and the soap doesn't like come through it as much and wash things away. I don't know how to explain it, but the less you touch it, the harder it is to really, it's like if you washed your hair and you just soaked it, it would be different than if you get in there and scrub it. Mel asked, anyone have a good double layer mitten pattern to suggest? Yep, Saga said kind of the same thing. LW, that's normal for DPNs. Pull the tension for first 2 stitches. Crystal said, the stitch part could be your yarn. Oh, I don't know this. Not being in the right position when you make that first stitch, call it a design feature and roll on. That could be. Yes. Because if you're knitting, you want your yarn to be on the back, and if somehow it gets over the needle that you're going off of and going on to the next one, if it gets over, you get like a little loopy thing in between. That's true. Abir, I would like to see your Frankenstein sweater. Oh, Amber said, you're brave. Where did you buy Cormo Comb Top? I've been seeing it lately, and I'm so curious about it. Kimberly said, knock on wood, I've still not had COVID, although I need the time off. You know, I can't recommend it as a vacation. I think you should just take a vacation. And you deserve a vacation. You have worked so hard during this, Kimberly. I don't know. Terry, does anyone else have a frozen half a screen? For once, mine's not frozen. Chris said, Mel, was there anything like that pattern in the new Ply magazine? I haven't even looked at mine yet. Yes. Nope. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting that some say no, some say yes. Eileen said, I've been eyeing up the Northman mittens by David Schultz. They look cozy. I don't know. Oh, you're right. What? I can see it. What did I do last time? All right, I'm going to try something and see if it works. Okay? Hang on. Okay, so far nothing. I saw that you guys said now it's all frozen. I'm trying. Oh dear. Yep, you should still have sound. It's just the camera. Oh, okay. You probably can see GoPro webcam right now. Maybe you can't. I don't know. Yes, it's like we're back. We've gone back in time. Bless. What is going on? Just a minute. I don't know what froze. Okay, hang on to GoPro. We're turning this off. We're rebooting this. But I don't want to disconnect and then have to start over. Because that's always like a brand new message and everything. Oh, good. Thank you. Tanya said at least it froze when you were looking good and not in the middle of blinking. That is the worst. Or making a face. What else can I say, Amber? Stuff like this keeps happening to me. Oh, it's funny. I've really got the hang of setting it all up now. Oh, this might do it. Am I back? Woohoo! See, I learn more and more every time I do it. I'm not sure what froze, if it was the software I used to stream or if it was my camera. But I used to start a new one, but that worked, even though it took a minute. Better than starting a new one. Thank you. Welcome back. Oh gosh, I'm not smart. I wish I was. Brian helped me with the software, the streaming software. Thanks. A lot of times I don't get to say welcome back in the lives because you don't see the beginning. I mean, I could say it, but you'd miss it. Oh goodness, I'm getting tangled up. Thank you. I appreciate that. Even the ring on my new glasses. It's magical. January's almost over. Can you believe one whole month of 2022 is almost over? I kept meaning to ask if you guys had goals for like crafting or art goals for 2022. Does anybody have goals? Things they want to learn? All that kind of stuff? Oh, good. Perfect. That was all for you, Erin. I just wanted to help you out. Yeah, Chris said, no, I can't. January went fast. Didn't it, though? What in the world? Hello, Tracy. Gary. Gary said, almost time for the February PF box. Okay, so Al Watson said socks. Crystal said my crafting goal is to get that room done. Elizabeth said more weaving, more spinning. Kelly said finish some whips and get better at spinning. I don't know why I have to say it that way. I'm sorry. I just do. Chris said I want to weave a bag for my wife. That's nice, Chris. What kind of bag are we talking about? Terry said socks 2 at a time. Melody, my goal, I'm thinking, is to spin more. Tanya said summer holidays for kids nearly over and they go back to school next week. Yay. I mean, I used to love the break, but I also loved it when they went back. Eileen said, Trish, before your life, we were chatting about my trouble with the Cheviot I'm spinning. It sometimes disintegrates and pulls apart, even when there is plenty of twist in the fiber. Where did you get that? That's interesting. Oh, Eileen said some others mentioned similar. Are you spinning top? Oh my goodness, there's so much right now. Saga wants to prepare, spin, and weave fabric for a Viking hood. Erin said all the crafting goals. I really want to learn how to knit and spin better. More weaving on wow. It's hard with kids, isn't it, Erin? Heather said make a big dent in my stash. Tanya wants to finish 2 socks. I would want to see it and ask more questions about it. Is it top? Did you prep it yourself? Where did you get it? When you say disintegrate, do you mean it just drifts apart? Tracy's goal is to attempt socks. Chris said we had to change out the water heater and the plumber didn't lower the temp, so it's coming out hot as hell. That's what I do. We have it way up because we don't have any kids in the house, so I'm not worried about a scald. Although John scalds himself occasionally at the kitchen sink. But anyone could do that. Michelle said I'm signed up for lots of vids from Long Thread Media and Interweave Press, so I have a lot on my plate to learn this year. That's fun. Chris had a tote type bag. That is so cool. Kimberly 2022 goals. Learn to be a good shepherdess since my sheep come home next weekend. Also get my online biz going so this fiber venture becomes tax deductible. Because you're not busy, Kimberly, right? You're just hanging out. Just kidding. Lori Murphy. Hello, Lori. Julie said more learning, more breeds, and need to start documenting. I've been saying that for like 12 years. I need to start documenting. Okay, so Deanna's gonna spin fiber down, use hand spun. Eileen said yes, top. Got it at the fiber hut. Yes, drifts apart when it shouldn't. When there's a lot of twists. Is it very short? Crystal said I had the same issue with that one braid I had where it came apart no matter how much twist I put in. I have not had that. Tanya said, oh, I gotta tell you, I'm going to milk sheep this afternoon. What? Are you gonna make like cheese or anything? Because I'm so curious about that. Dion said goals are to work on a knitting technique every month. Currently spinning pin drafted Romney. I love it. Carrie said I just signed up for the Ann Arbor Fiber Expo, so I have to get lots of inventory done. Rico said Rico, did your package come yet? 3 pounds of cotton fluff to use for warp. Oh my goodness. Jerry said, good, don't touch a thing. Mel wants to do color work for socks. Goodness. No, Kimberly, not at all. Just hanging out, shooting the breeze. Tanya said it will be a change from cows. I would also love to hear what they do with the sheep's milk and then how that works there, because it's actually not legal technically in the US in most states to sell unpasteurized milk. So I'd be curious, like, well, not for consumption anyway. I think you can do it for like goat milk soaps and stuff like that. Oh, Faraday Farm said the milk is awesome, makes a great coffee creamer. Okay, what? Eileen said the staple is about 6 inches, not that short. Is it actually breaking as you, or how can that be? Oh, good. Okay, so Rico got your package. Good. I did get it out one day later than I meant to because of that email exchange we had where I just wanted to make sure I had the address correctly. So I just wanted to make sure you had it. Elizabeth said, is there a difference between pin drafted roving and pencil roving? You know, I don't know for sure. I think they run them through the same machine, but they can choose how thin the roving is or whatever comes out. So I think I don't want to say. I think I might know, but I'm not 100% sure. So I'm not sure. Okay. Oh, it's a big farm and I think they sell it on for cheese, etc. I don't think I've ever had sheep's milk cheese. I would be fascinated to try it. I've made like farm cheese from cow's milk before and we like it. I've been thinking about making it lately. But I don't think I've ever had cheese from sheep. Okay, Eileen said not breaking. Oh, a spindle, that's right. Just drifting apart and my spindle keeps falling. Is it possible that you're using too heavy of a spindle? I don't know as much about spindle spinning. I mean, I can do it, but I don't feel as competent to answer questions. That makes sense. Oh, see, I thought it was state by state. Kimberly said, it is legal to sell raw milk in Idaho, but you have to have a permit and submit for monthly testing. Maybe they have to do that. Rico said, I was too excited about it. I'm sure somebody saw me frolic from the mailbox to the house. You deserve to frolic whenever you feel like it. We should all frolic more. Don't you think? Could make your whole week. Like what they do here is you buy this thing called a cow share. So you're like renting the cow and then you get the milk from it. I don't know how to explain it, but it's technically... Oh, Betsy said Greek feta. Of course. I never even thought about that, Betsy. Mel said my problem with sheep's milk cheese is that it tastes like sheep. Carrie's frolicking right now. I really wish we could see that. But don't you agree that we do not frolic enough? I feel like I would have to go outside to frolic, and I don't want to right now. Hello, Simone. How are you? Crystal said to Eileen, I just used my regular spindle and a bowl out of my cupboard. I think that that might be a good idea because maybe it's just too slippery. But it's weird if it's that long and it's drifting apart. It shouldn't happen. She said, I'm wondering if both of us have a bit that was bug munch. Did you guys buy it at the same place? Okay, Chris said, yep, they do cow share in Texas too. Yes, I've had pecorino. I just didn't realize that it came from a sheep. Carrie said, trust me, you don't. I'm thinking she means, trust me, I don't want to see her frolicking. Chris, have you? Chris said, I've made cheddar cheese before. Oh, Abir said the Toronto Fiber Festival is called the Frolic. I'm pretty sure I've heard that. It's so true. Hello, Lana. How are you? Tanya said, I just take the milk from the cat after work. I'm thinking you might mean you take it away from the cat, not that you actually milk your cat. But maybe you do. I mean, I don't judge. Crystal said I bought mine off Etsy. It was a dyed color. I'm a sucker for that. Deb said I was frolicking out of the beer distributor and my beer fell right out of the box. How hard did you frolic? My goodness. You know, I do like that you put something into it. Put some asp into it. You know. If you're really going to do it, do it. The vat. Tanya, that makes so much more sense. Thank you. So you're not milking your cat then. I mean, it is what you do. Oh, Lana's over quarantine. That's great. I was relieved to get over quarantine last time, even though I had nowhere to go. That's right. Patty said, work hard, frolic hard. We should. Oh, I gotta fix a stitch. Deanne asked what I'm knitting. I am still working on that cape. It's hooded. Remember? I'm pretty sure you've seen it before. And it's been a whole year, but it's fingering weight and it's huge. L. Watson said my first spindle was a supported spindle that I made from a sharpened dowel and a wooden wheel from a hobby store. I still have one like that. I used a little glass tea light bowl. That would be perfect. Tanya, have you ever seen Meet the Fockers? Meet the Parents? It's Meet the Parents, isn't it? She said my cat is a male. Because there's a little talk about milking males and cats and all types of things. It's going to take longer, for sure. Chris said I couldn't even wash my cat. There's no way I could have milked it. I mean, I'm not advocating. Ooh, there's like, stop laughing. You're moving me. He was all riled up earlier. Now he's just wants to take a nap. Jerry said you can sell raw milk in Pennsylvania also. Yes, Dion said I want to make a cape, but not from fingering weight. So, are you using pattern? Yes. I'm trying to think if I've ever linked it. And it is a cape, but I modified it so it's really more of like a hooded poncho. I closed the front part. I didn't really like it that much. Yep, see, Deb and I seem to share a brain sometimes. She said I couldn't stop thinking about Meet the Fockers. I think it's Meet the Parents, though, where they talk about that, isn't it? Carrie has scars from trying to bathe her cat. Sometimes things get weird here, Lori. Have you heard? I don't know if you've heard. Oh. Okay, hi Lana. She said I just wanted to hop on to say hi. I'm at my parents' house going home to spin soon. That's fun. How are your parents? Did they have it too, Lana? I mean, Meet the Fockers is also extremely good. The fondue scene is a particular favorite of mine. Oh, how can you not laugh at that? There we go. Oops, okay. Faraday Farm said, what breed of sheep are you milking? We have East Frisian and Clun Forest. Clun. I can't say it. I say it wrong every time. I want to say Clun. I don't know why. Abir said, I spent the day learning about 18th century dressmaking. So interesting, right? That's why I love it. And Carrie said physical and emotional scars. Lori said, I love the movie Bridesmaids. We actually quote that movie. I have a particular favorite. I'm not going to go into it, but it has to do with the like the luncheon that they go to. So maybe it was at the shower. I don't remember exactly what it was called. Lana said, no, I've kept away. They are well. Thank you for asking, Trish. I'm so glad to hear that. Thanks, Amber. I appreciate that. I do, because, maybe I don't want to prep my own korma forever. I'm enjoying it right now, though. It's just so greasy. Tanya said, not sure yet. Most likely East Frisian. Do you get fleece from them too, Tanya? Or is this a place you haven't been to before? Excuse me. Simone said, I'm spinning BFL with nylon. Would that be a good sock yarn? A lot of people really, really like it, but you probably have to hand wash it as long as you're cool with that. I don't mind it, but I don't mind hand washing the socks. Mel said, I love watching Bernadette Banner on YouTube for historical dress while knitting and spinning. Yeah, a whole different rabbit hole. Oh, Dion has some to wash. Okay, Tanya said it's very coarse, apparently. Ooh, okay, so Eileen was saying that she's been trying to find that Clun Forest, right, is what it's supposed to be for breed exploration. She finally found some. Abir said my favorite korma was from a farm in New York. So do you... Oh, wow, 37 micron. Do you buy it all the way prepped, Abir? Oh, what did I miss? Chris, did you tell a joke? I missed it. I'm sorry. Sometimes it gets going too fast and I miss them. Faraday Farm said, our East Frisian fleece is beautiful but a little coarse. The Clun, why can't I say it, is much softer. Julie said, making and spinning gradient bats following Emily W. Isn't she in Grand Rapids? Article in Winter Ply. So entertaining. That is very fun. It's so interesting because I was recently thinking about working on gradients that fade through maybe one or two colors on mine, and I have not read the article, so maybe I should. Abir said, Melanie, I saw that, and the one I watched was Abby Cox. I love watching Abby Cox because she's so funny. Abir said, the Cormo is Roving. They make everything on the form by Lana. Have fun spinning. Oh, Elizabeth said, Chris, it was funny. I just missed it. Had to go back up. I'm sorry. I did miss it. My goodness sakes, Trish. See, you guys think I can knit without looking, but apparently I can't. Faraday Farm said just saw reasonably priced milk machines on Amazon. For sheep, we've always had hand milked because 1,000 plus was just 10,000 plus was just too expensive. Oh, maybe she is in Kalamazoo, but she's not far. I thought she shared a studio with Rita from... Oh my gosh, why can't I think of what her dye studio is called? But maybe they are in Kalamazoo. Oh my gosh, I can't think what it's called. Hello, Brenda, how are you? Chris said ply video. Oh, ply video demonstrates the gradient technique nicely. I was kind of thinking that I would approach it the way that some of you guys will know, I'm sure, the way that you would do a Skinner blend. If you were doing like polymer clay, that's how I was thinking I would approach it. Yes, Emily is bricolage, right? No, I mean, but Rita, they share a studio. They don't share a business, but they share a dye studio. So they rent it together, or they used to. They rented it together and then they both used it like together. But their businesses are separate, and I can't think of what Rita's dye business name is. Tanya said Faraday Farm. This farm has about 800 sheep and have a milking sheep shed parlor. I can't read. I'm sorry. It's so hard when you can't read, isn't it? Amber said Wyoming is where my cormo came from. I'm doing a 3-ply fingering, 2 pounds total weight. Is it really? Oh my gosh. I'm gonna leave it this time. I'm sorry, I'm gonna leave it. I am. I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know if it's my GoPro. Maybe I need to switch cameras. Are you sure, Dion? Let me just reach over here and get something. Oh. Aaron said I want to farm with sheep. Hey, I can make this out of 2 pieces of string. That's kind of like magic, isn't it? It is very weird. I don't know if it's the streaming software. Maybe I just need to I don't know. I'll look at it. In fact, I'll look up and see if I can tell why it's doing that, cuz I don't know. Yeah, like Luther could get up and just like disappear. I planned this. Okay, Lori said, opinion please, everyone. I've been trying to go see a CPW, which is Canadian Production Wheel, for those who don't know, in a neighbor town from me on Marketplace. The person will answer my message until I ask to set up a date to see. Then she goes silent. Carrie said, I don't want a farm. I want friends with a farm, 100%. I like my special effects, Mel. Boo. That's weird, Lori. Kimberly said, now Luther can sit beside you and look and lock whatever he wants. What is that? I'm missing. Lick. Yes. Yes. Luther. Bless him. Chris said it's got to be the software. If it was the camera, I think it would be the whole thing, not half. Right. Except it fixed itself when I rebooted my camera. And I did not reboot the software because that's for streaming, so I'm not sure. That's right. I can literally pull a hand knitted item out of thin air. It does. Crystal said, sounds like a scam to me, Lori. Except spinning wheel sales would be such a weird thing to use as a scam. Is she asking for money or deposit or anything like that? Maybe there's something wrong with it, and you sound like you know what you're talking about, and she doesn't want you to see it because of that. Faraday Farm said Carrie's got the right idea, especially in this weather. Yeah, if they want to sell it, why would they not, keep up communication? It's kind of strange. So she's pretty close to you. Betsy said just finished a January challenge by Spanish Peacock to spin gradient yarn. It was so much fun, all done with hand spindles through their Facebook page. It doesn't. Sounds weird. I guess that could be. Rico said, we've been over this. She's a fiber witch. Fabric flows from her fingers. Wouldn't that be cool? Chris said, good point. Yeah, that's what I'm just not sure. Mel said, sounds like the seller has a problem. Maybe they don't understand what they are doing. Maybe, that could be. Or maybe they don't want to, they just want to sell it and don't want to go through the whole, looking at it thing. It's weird. Oh, Carrie's patting herself on the back. I would like to see it on Facebook, please, Carrie. I don't want to give you orders, but I order you to post a picture on Facebook. Oops. But if I start the streaming software again, I will lose you guys, and I don't want to do that. And then you get the message. So I don't want to do that. Frustrating. Lori said, yes, 30 minutes away, and it looks like it is in great shape. Maybe the seller just doesn't really want to part with it, and they're like, I really love this wheel. I'm just not sure. Yes, Abir said, Lori, when the time is right, your wheel will find you. I agree. Mel said, or it's a scam. I almost got scammed last week selling a bunk bed. So many people flaked on me. It's really hard to sell stuff on Facebook Marketplace, isn't it? Hello, Marie. How are you? Dion said I would pass on that wheel. Sounds weird. There's so many. Exactly. Rico, that's what I was thinking. That someone's spouse was like, yes. Rico said, husband, ugh, get this thing out of the living room, please. Wife, see, I posted it on Market. Could be. Kimberly agrees. And if that's the case, it's probably not the wheel that's looking out in the world for you. Yes, Deb said really hard selling on Marketplace. Which reminds me, Deb, I think I'm interested in some earrings. I'll message you directly. If that's okay. Will you mail them, or are you trying to only sell locally? Also, see, I need to fix another stitch. What am I doing? Mel said, bing, 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 that's it. Could be. We really don't know. And how would that person feel if they were like, okay, oh, good, okay. All these people are discussing her wheel and her Marketplace listing. All these strangers that she doesn't even know. Is it a scam? Isn't it a scam? Crystal said, it is still a type of scam, and unfortunate if that is what's going on. It is. Don't get me started on scams lately. Tell you what, just too much of that going on. All right, who has been knitting this because they're messing up? Jerry said, would a production wheel give you the same results as putting your spinning wheel on the smallest whirl? I don't really know how fast they really go. I don't know enough about them. Dion said, Trish, do you plan to go to the Ann Arbor Fiber Festival? I don't know. When is it? I don't know. Is it spring? Good night, Abir. It's nice to see you. You know it's true. That's me telling myself a little story. Like, here's this poor woman. She doesn't want to sell her wheel. I don't know. Is it even a woman? I think you did say it's a woman, didn't you? She doesn't want to sell her wheel, and we're all discussing her, trying to figure out if she's trying to scam Lori or not. Mel said, also, apparently, I can't figure out how to use proper caps and punctuation while watching the live on my laptop. It's okay. Lori said, they're made to spin fast. Kelly said, my CPW has a 15-to-1 ratio. It only has a 27-inch drive wheel, though, and most have 30. Okay, so Dion said the end of March. I would say there's a decent possibility that's right before my birthday. I mean, there's really nothing like a fiber festival right before your birthday. And a disappearing hand. Now you see it. Now you don't. Amber said, I had good luck selling my wheels on Marketplace all within days, but I am on the West Coast and used equipment isn't plentiful. I see a lot on the East Coast. And then sometimes in the Pacific Northwest. Like quite a bit in Oregon and Washington, and then the East Coast is what I see the most of. Lisa said, is that Fiberfest in the fall? It was after the Northern Michigan Lamb and Wool. Oh. I don't know. Marie said, remember to like everyone. Thank you, Marie. You guys giving my reminders for me. Lisa said, is that, oh yeah, no, I already read that one. I'm behind now. See, this is why I shouldn't skip around. Crystal said, just don't use caps or punctuation. I'm lazy that way. It's just like the kids. I believe that. Chris said, want to know where you never find equipment? Louisiana, sigh. I don't feel like I see a ton in Louisiana. I do see quite a bit in Texas. Oh, okay. Carrie said 4, 9, and 10. That is like right around my birthday is the Spring Expo in Ann Arbor. Right. Chris said nobody wants to ship. It's true. It is really hard to ship a loom, I would imagine. But is that in Ann Arbor too, Carrie? She said fall is 10, 8, and 9. Is there 2 fiber expos in Ann Arbor a year? Lori said a lot of wheels on the East Coast are ancient and not in good shape, or they want top dollar for them. Interesting. I mean, Crystal said, I have keyboard issues, so it's honestly just easier this way. It's fine. I mean, chat wasn't really meant for perfect punctuation, so it's fine. Everybody's good, and I even get better and better at interpreting, like, typos, you know? Yeah, Lisa said so. Ann Arbor has 2. Chris said Rhode Island has lots. Really? Brenda said, does anyone know of a source for finding what average pricing should be for used fiber equipment? Brenda, I think that's like largely regional and driven by the market. So it's going to be really, really hard for you to find anybody who's saying like what it should be, if that makes sense. Lori said, I got a Louette Victoria and a Ashford Traditional in perfect shape for short money. Marie said Ann Arbor Art Festival 2022, June 21. I think they have 2 a year. I think that might be a different one. I've been to the art festival. Right, but you could put it in the Facebook group if you want to, Carrie. She said I'd send the link, but YouTube doesn't let us. I could very well go to the April because that is like 2 days after my birthday, and what better time to squeeze tons of fiber than right around your natal anniversary. But I mean, Brenda, so I also think you can kind of arrive at what you think if you look at the age of it, how much use you can tell it has had, and then how much it would be new, if it's a model that's not made anymore, if it's not made anymore for a reason. Like, you can also look at, you can go into like eBay, or you can go into the Ravelry groups and you can search for that type of wheel and kind of see what people have been selling them for. That would probably help. You find a price of kind of what, do you know what I mean? Where they're selling right at that time. I still think regionally there's a big like range. Lisa said a friend just purchased a rose. Ugh. So jealous. And an Ashford kiwi at an estate sale, rose for $450. Kiwi for $350. If I found a Magicraft rose for $450, I would jump on it like it was the last chicken nugget. Not kidding. Marie said, I think the East has more spinning equipment due to the history of the Civil War and the need for fabric for the uniforms. That's interesting. Brenda said, I'm considering a 40-year-old 4-shaft shocked in good condition for $950. Okay, so I still would need to, what type of shocked is it? And I would do some digging. The Facebook groups that sell used fiber equipment, there is tons of looms, and you should be able to put in like shocked loom and see maybe some things that would compare, and it would tell you kind of what they're selling for right now. Is it close to you? Also, like, are you going to have to pay a lot to get it, even if you have to drive there, all that stuff? Hi Kai, how are you? Oh, all right, I'm fixing again. Fixing another stitch. Somebody's not paying attention to her work. And it's me. It's this chick. Dion said the rose is considered a production wheel. I did not realize that. Lori said, what is everyone's thought on getting a used drum carder? My thought on that is that they are hard to damage to the point where they're not going to be useful anymore. And if you find one that is the one that you think you want, I would not hesitate to get a new one. If it's electric, I would make sure they send you a video or whatever. Okay, sorry. I was reading and I sidetracked. I would want to make sure that you can still get parts for it if it's electric. But I mean, it's kind of hard to mess one up. They're mostly very sturdy. Chris said, did I imagine you saying shocked sold to a man who died? Actually, Strouch sold to a man who passed away not long after, and they're not doing anything right now. But I heard that Otto Strouch is supporting the products. Like, so if you have one and there's a problem with it, he will still give you like tech support. I don't know if you'd call it that, but product support. Tanya said, I've had to fix all my wheels except one. Some of them were quite bad. The most I've paid is $85. The cheapest $12. See, now you're talking. Kai has recently relearned how to knit. Dion said, sorry, I have a used one and it's in awesome condition. Is it still? Yeah. My Strouch was used, and I loved it. And my Big Tom that I used to have was also used, and it was perfect all the time. I never had any problems with it. So I wouldn't really hesitate, bye Mel, to do that again. Oh, Kelly, I didn't know that. The same person who passed away? Kelly said the same person bought Nancy's Knickknacks and Heavenly Hand Spinning. Wow. Strouch drum carters are amazing. So it's really sad that they're not being made anymore. Jerry said closest to Pennsylvania is the Maryland Sheep and Wool Festival, always the first weekend in May. I have been to that one. It's great. Good fun. Except I recommend that you bring yourself a cart or something, because if you've ever been there, you know that it can be quite warm, and then also you have to walk uphill. So if you buy tons and tons of stuff, not that I would ever do this, but if you buy tons and tons of stuff, then you have to like walk yourself uphill into the parking lot. So just a cart is a good idea. Lisa, you lucky. Lisa said that's interesting. She's a good friend, so I'm sure I'll get the opportunity to test both wheels out. I would love a rose. Bye, Elizabeth. It's nice to see you. Thanks for not making me crack up laughing this time and choke myself like last week. Oh. Okay, Kelly said, very interesting, because I didn't know this either. If the estate would settle, the businesses could be sold again and production restarted. I was kind of wondering about that, because I don't know enough about that situation to know, like, is there family that might be willing to sell the business? Would Otto Strouch be willing to help the whomever bought it, even if they were willing to sell it, get things like on the rails? I have no idea, because his Carters are amazing. They're so good. Oh my gosh, Betsy said Maryland Sheep and Wool, a mile from me. So Betsy lives in Howard County. That's a really pretty county, Betsy. Brenda said just reminding everyone to hit the like button. Thanks. Maryland Sheep and Wool is very fun. Make sure you go to the artichoke booth. I say that every time, don't I? You can tell I like them. Okay, Dion said I heard it's in probate, and that's the hang up. Yeah, it would have to go to probate, wouldn't it? I mean, it won't stay in probate forever. That is very interesting. I mean, I wouldn't even know who to talk to. Not saying I want to buy a Carter business. Can you imagine if I made Carters? I can. John would be too good at that. My goodness, I'm all... Teresa said, I heard the family had set the business up in a trust for his daughter, so it can't be sold if that's the case. I don't know the true story. Oh, Jerry said, Betsy, I go every year on Sunday. Betsy, okay, so John and I have talked about this. There's nowhere to camp around there, is there? Because I would love to bring my camper to Maryland. I think Howard County is so cute. Deb said, oh my God, buy a Carter business, do it. I can't afford earrings if I buy a Carter business, Deb. Chris said, I can imagine it. Don't know where you would find the time, though. I mean, if it's the right thing, the time figures itself out. I know, Dion, honestly, that would be the only one I would consider buying that I know of. There's probably other good ones I haven't tried. Oh, that's fun. Kai's going to do some snow dyeing, maybe. Oh, and Teresa said then there was some other issue along the way. Lisa said Maryland Sheep and Wool is on my dream list of festivals to go to. I think this year I'll get to the Michigan. That's really fun. Fiberfest, heard it was one of the really good ones, but haven't gone yet. Last year was, I think, kind of quieter than previous years at Michigan. I think a lot of vendors weren't ready, to go out and be in crowds during COVID yet. So fingers crossed that just gets better and better as we get, further along. It was pretty fun though. And I think we're going to stay there this year because it's on the fairgrounds and there is like the prettiest camping areas it's crazy on those fairgrounds. You can go way back away from everybody. So nice. I don't want to bring any snow in the house. I don't even want it outside the house. Come on over, Saga. You can have all the snow you can carry. Marie camped at the Fiberfest last year. Isn't it really nice? Chris said, do you know a I'm thinking fest, you mean, in Wisconsin in the late summer? There is one in Wisconsin, but I don't think it's in late summer, and I bet you somebody knows. Melody said, where is the Fiberfest in Michigan? It's at the Allegan County Fairgrounds in Allegan County. It's actually like on the edge of Allegan. I don't know, maybe it's right straight in Allegan. And Allegan there is like not a real place. I mean, it's like this tiny little town. Chris said, John, want to play golf up there. Oh yeah, Lisa said, good you mentioned the camping there. I'd like to do the same if some of my friends will join me. It is really cheap too. I mean, not that that's the only consideration, but they have made it so inexpensive to stay there, and they have food they have a food place right on site. I mean, oh, Melody said, where is that on the mitten? Okay. Is this backwards to you guys? No, that's the right way. It is like right about here. Wrong way. This way. I don't usually do that because a lot of people are like, what are you even doing? So, and I live like right here. Saga said, would love to come over and get some snow. It'd melt by the time it got back to England. It would. That's right. Crystal said, ice is used in replacement of snow. It does create a different effect. Yeah, I've done quite a bit of ice dyeing, even some just for fun, and I love it. It's so much fun. I like the anarchy of it because you can't control where that water's going to run. Where does she live, Melody? Melody said her sister lives in Michigan. So you could come and stay with her and go to the Fiber Festival. Marie said it was great. The sites have nice hookups and sites. It is just outside of the main city. They also have an old mill. Oh yeah, that's right. That sells equipment. We ate in town. Nice breweries. It is a cute little town, isn't it? Lisa said, do you have to get your sites reserved early? I so love that we can show people where things are by holding up a hand and pointing. I also love that. But also sometimes people don't realize that Michigan is the shape of a mitten and they're like, what are you even doing? The best part is you can go like this too. Like, I'm doing it wrong, but you know what I'm saying. Oh my gosh, Melody, that's only like half an hour from me. Not even. It's probably only 20 minutes. John and I got bagels in Muskegon yesterday. Oh, Lisa, you asked if you have to have the sites early. When we were there last, which was, I think 2018, it was not full. So you could have like just showed up with a camper and gotten in. Yep, Marie said the same thing. There are over 200. I didn't realize there was that many. Wow. But I personally have a favorite area for camping, and there's one that's very um like you're right outside the overflow parking lot, and I would not prefer to be there. But that's just me. You know, there's going to be like 1,000 cars right driving literally right past your campsite during those days. Lisa said, yep, add in that UP. People also don't know what UP means, which is, I mean, understandable. If you didn't live here, you wouldn't know either, probably. Crystal, that's a fun idea. Crystal said you can also mix dye, freeze it into ice, and toss it on wool and try that. That'd be a good way to enjoy my anarchy. Yep, Marie said you can check out the fairgrounds website, and then there is like a Michigan Fiber Festival website where you can make your reservations, and I think it's only like $25 a night for a campsite. So that's very, very affordable. It's hard to camp for that price nowadays. Very hard. Oh, yes, Marie said sites were first come, first serve. That's why I like to get there earlier, because then you can pick where your site is. Chris said, I'm in Texas and I know it's Upper Peninsula, but a lot of people don't, Chris. And I've been listening to Small Town Murder. Carrie's been listening too. And they talk about panhandles and peninsulas, and they don't know what that actually means, and it's so funny. Sometimes it cracks me up because they talk about states with panhandles that don't even have panhandles, and I'm like, what are you talking about? Amber said, camping at fiber festivals is so fun. Where do you camp at one, Amber? I would love to know. Where else can you do that? Crystal said, solar dyeing in summer months is fun. I did that with some friends a while back, and it was very fun. It was awesome. I can't wait to just be able to wash fleece and dye it outside and sit outside and go outside without my nose hairs freezing. Oh my gosh, Lisa, we should do a meetup there. I wouldn't feel weird about doing a meetup at Michigan Fiberfest, because if nobody showed up, I could just go back to my camper and do some Jello shots. Aaron said, one of these days I need to do some camping fiber festival hopping. That would be amazing. I know people that do it for bluegrass festivals all spring, summer, and fall. That sounds so fun. Dion said, I grew up on the East Coast and had no idea what UP meant. I mean, I don't think a lot of people do. And that's cool. I probably don't know what a lot of things in other states, what if they were talking around me, I would have no idea what they were talking about. Michigan's so strange, though, and unique. Chris said, Chris Hood, does Texas have a fiber festival? Yes, they do. Isn't there one around Dallas? Chris said Texas has the panhandle. I think Oklahoma has the panhandle. No state looks more like a pan than Oklahoma. Carrie said, I can't wait to not wear 12 layers in the house. Yes. Kai said, I'm 4 hours from Maryland Sheep and Wool. You're going, right, Kai, this year? Dion said, solar dyeing took forever to set for me. Yes. It is definitely slower. Christy said, haha, if we all showed up, you'd still go back and do the shot. No, I said, if nobody, yeah, I might. When we went last time, I had a whole fridge full of Jello shots. I mean, what better way to make friends? But they need to be adult friends. I still want to make friends. I just can't give them a Jello shot. Oh, good. Kai's going this year. So, Aaron said, camping, fiber, friends, and shots. I'm there. Kathy said, sitting here in central Maine with a foot and a half of new snow, no warm outside here. Here either. We were driving yesterday to go get bagels, and John's little or I guess it was in my car. No, John's little display said 2 degrees. It was my car. We went and got my car washed too. Faraday Farm said, that's how I'm giving directions from now on. We are at the far edge of the panhandle on the central peninsula of Indiana. You should. I'm just like, he keeps talking about these things, and I'm like, okay, geographical things that you don't have, but okay, keep going. It's funny. Amber said, Black Sheep Gathering, okay, an Oregon flock and fiber, hopefully a few in Washington State if COVID allows. Yeah, it's definitely put a crimp on getting together. Lisa said, those that have never heard of the Mackinac Bridge, never dawned on me that it wasn't well known. Yeah, I mean, it's such a thing here. You don't realize that people have never even heard of it. Okay, Chris said Texas has 3 fests. Whoa. Lori said, I've only sun-dyed silk. Do I do it the same way? Yes, pretty much. Carrie said, pudding shots. Carrie, you're in charge of bringing the pudding shots. Because I don't know how to make those. Yes, Kai, if I make it this year, I don't really have plans, but I'm not saying I won't go. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure I'll see you if you're there. Margarita, hello. Hi, she said, I'm just dropping in to say hi. Can't hear everything you're saying because I'm in a restaurant. Love you guys. Love you, Margarita. Hi. Marie said, Michigan also has trolls. They live under the bridges, Mackinac, and I don't know the Zilwaukee. What is that? Where's that bridge? Kimberly said, Seal has a panhandle. It's just hanging on a pot rack. Oh, sea. Sea? No, Seal. Where's that? Melody said, Black Sheep Fiber Festival is really cool if you want to buy critters too. You can buy a lot of critters at Michigan, and you can just see them, and you can do the dog herding thing. You know what I'm talking about? Carrie, I didn't even know that one. Zilwaukee is near Saginaw. Luther's mad because I just moved my foot. Carrie said, I don't know how to make pudding shots either. Well, you know what? You've got Pinterest, don't you? Just kidding. There's no assignments. Deb said, I just sent like 3 camper listings to my husband. That's nothing I can buy on accident. Last year, after our big trip, we kind of started to look because we love our camper. It's 26 feet, so it's not like a teeny one. But I think for us and the dogs, it's about perfect. But our bathroom, the shower is so small. You get in there and you're just like, and John's so big. I mean, I know I'm big too, but like John has like wide shoulders and he's tall. So we're kind of sort of halfway looking for something around the same size with like one slide out and a shower that goes from the floor to the ceiling. Because our shower is up higher. So we're sort of looking if we could find the right one. Yes, Jerry said Florida has a panhandle. I also think Florida has like a legit panhandle and it's a peninsula, so it covers 2 of those things. Lisa said yes, trolls, Yoopers, and Flatlanders. Those are the people by location in Michigan. Am I a Flatlander? I must be. I'm a troll. My bad. Which am I? Oh my gosh. Yep, Brenda said, that's right, Kimberly. Idaho has a panhandle. Oh, that makes more sense. Thank you. Kai's getting... what I'm hearing is Kai saying he's getting an Angora rabbit. Just wear her down, Kai. You can do it. Dev said, like Will Ferrell, no. Oh, Crystal said, you get an Angora. I'm living vicariously through you, Kai. Aaron said, my father-in-law has a camper with an outdoor shower. I bet that would be pretty cool. Our shower is so small that we have never used it until that trip, and we stayed somewhere in Wyoming that didn't have like camping bathrooms, and we had to use it, and it was like, this isn't so bad. But I'm sure poor John is in there like trying to scrub down. Brenda said Idaho even has the Idaho Panhandle National Forest now. That proves it. L. Watson said to Kai, I saw someone spin from an Angora rabbit once and I've wanted one ever since. And Chris said, how often do you brush the hair out? Lisa said, nope, Trish, you're a Flatlander. I wasn't sure. I feel like in West Michigan we need a special name too, but we don't have one. Trolls under the Mackinac. Why, I'm under the bridge though. Flatlanders south of the Zilwa. Oh, okay. Am I south of that though? I'm not sure if I am. Julie said, up north in Michigan, we call everyone south of Traverse City fudgies. Is that a thing that people know about? That you can buy fudge everywhere in Michigan? Everywhere. We're very unique. We really are. We're a special kind of people, aren't we? Crystal said, you can pluck an Angora rabbit. I don't know. I don't get where people are cutting the fluff off of them. I could not. Diane said, soap the walls and spin. Okay, Carrie is a Flatlander as well. Carrie, you know where I am. Am I actually south of that South Zilwaukee Bridge? Melanie said, Kimberly, this is an embarrassing story, but I bought a t-shirt from Idaho. I didn't get it until recently. It said Idaho. Traverse City is like straight up fudge city. Except I can't eat fudge anymore because it's got sugar. Oh, Erin said, my understanding is that not all Angora can be plucked. Some breeds have to be clipped. I could not do that. I saw someone clip her rabbit once. There's no way I could ever do that to my animal. I know people who have like any kind of animal, not just rabbits, any kind of animal for commercial reasons they look at them differently and they could do it, but there is no way I could do that. Tracy said, I love fudge. Another reason I need to Michigan. You can get it everywhere. It's ubiquitous. Aaron said English versus German Angoras. Okay. Well, that's good because we can do the research on which kind's which. Chris said, what does it mean to clip? So what I saw, I don't know if everybody does this, but they like tied the rabbit down and it was really scared and they used a clippers on it, you know, like you would if you shaved a dog or there's no way I could do it. I could not do it. I can barely clip Luther and I've never cut him. Hi. But he does get really scared. He drools the whole time. Oh, Carrie said maybe a tiny bit south. I don't think I could do alpacas either because they tie... Well, maybe they don't all tie them down. Oh, really? Oh, good. Eileen, I'm so glad to hear you say that. You don't even know. Eileen said, question, isn't clipping less painful than plucking? No, that's not what I have seen, Trish. Okay, good. Because I feel like I was a little traumatized. Lori said rabbits are super sensitive and can die from fear. I didn't even know that. I was upset. Lisa said my daughter has 2 Angoras. One plucks easily, the other has to be shaved. They must be from crossbreeds. Her rabbit clips easily, just sits there. Oh, okay. Phew! Gosh, you don't know how glad I am to hear you guys say this. You really don't. Kai, are you asking me, Kai? Kai said anything on the loom? I have some towels on the loom that I'm not in love with. They're looking perfect, but I'm just not in love with them, so they're going kind of slow. Oh, Melody has goats. Love it. Hello, Michelle. Eileen said if they handle the rabbits enough, they aren't scared at all. They don't seem to mind. Good. Phew. Erin said I saw a lady clip hers and she held it in her lap calmly and just clipped it with scissors. That makes me feel tons better. Dion said there's a YouTuber and she has it on its back on her lap and she's very gentle, no tying. I was like, are you serious? Who can do that? Rico said I clipped my Scotty's bangs and played around with spinning it in cotton. It was so strong. I bet that would be. Luther's hair is softer than most of the Scotties I've been around, but sort of similar. Chris said, why did I think they shed by brushing? Some people brush it out. Brenda said, OMG, seriously, the mailman just came and dropped off yarn. Woo! My mailman came today too. I ordered a new Fitbit on Amazon. Oh, Dion said, what options are there for something on the loom you don't like? I mean, you can rush through it and just bite the bullet. You can cut it off and throw it away. You could cut it off and reuse the warp. You'd want to save it a little differently than if you were going to toss it. But you could cut it off. You could cut it off and rethread it. Probably that's what I should have done, but I didn't. Okay, Eileen said, watch the episode on fruity knitting about bohus. Why can't I can't say that either. I'm sorry. I love you guys. I can't say it. They show the rabbits too. I will do that. Erin said rabbits can spook very easily and can give themselves heart attacks or break their own backs. It's making me scared to get a rabbit. That's right, Rico. It's frolic time. Marie said, does anyone have a Norwood loom? Saw one I was interested in. I don't. I've never even seen one in person. Oh, Chris said, I watched a woman teach her young dog to lay on their back while she trimmed their nails with a Dremel. She started by just massage. But it's just massaging the feet. We use one of those on these guys' feet, and they are still... Luther's fine because he'll just sort of like freeze up and let me do it. But Gus is so strong. Trying to trim his nails is totally miserable. It's awful, but we do it. Amber said, I've seen rabbits done both ways, tied up and calm in a lap. I think it's a fiber pet versus commercial operation thing, probably. Chris said, I've touched the quiet Dremel to its nails, and a week later turned it on so the puppy got used to the sound. We've been doing it for years now, and they are never... Gus is scared of everything. Gus cannot walk past... He would be sitting with me, but he will not walk past the power cord that goes across the room. He's afraid of it, and we don't know why. Okay, Jerry said she just used hair scissors. That is her friend who clipped her German long-haired Angora. Hello, Katie. Chris said, then finally touching the turning Dremel against the nail, and this is the way she trims the nails. Gus won't even let me massage his feet. He's very particular. Erin said I might process and spin my husky's hair this year. I guess people legit do that. They do. They usually just do the undercoat. Have you been like brushing it out. Hello, Sally. You guys, I gotta go soon. I'm so sorry. I'm making meatloaf for John tonight. That's partly why I need to go. He requested it. And with everything that's going on, I'm feeling like I need to take care of him a little bit. L. Watson said to Aaron, I saw a video of a woman who spins dog hair, then weaves it into the amazing bags and purses. That's cool. Oh, Chris, I'm so sorry. Luther had that one time. I think that's why he's still scared. He got he was cut a few times by somebody who trimmed him, and I have done it myself since then. Not his feet, during a hair trimming. Carrie, who is Mr. Lowe? Dion clips her cat's nails. Ever since it was a kitten, I always handled his paws and rubbed them so he'd get used to it. That's probably really smart. I'm sure they can tell that I feel bad. You know how they are. Amber said my dog's and toenails is a nightmare. I think I'd rather pull my own out than deal with devil, snarled, tooth biting chihuahua in the pit that lays on his own feet. Like, Gus is so strong he just tries to get away. Eileen's got to go too. Need to wash out the yarn I dyed today. Ooh, I can't wait to see that. Curious to see the color when it's dry. Uh-oh. Yep, Chris is going to go weave. Bye, Chris. Love you too. I love you guys. I do need to go. I really do need to get the meatloaf going. And then mashed cauliflower, because I don't eat potatoes anymore. But the upside is I lost 30 pounds and I'm going to keep going. So, but anyways, thanks you guys for coming. Ooh, I stayed extra today. I love you guys, and I will see you later this week. I hope you guys have a great week. Bye.